Hello there, hello there, hello there. We're back. We're back. Hello, hello, hello on Instagram, my gorgeous peeps on Insta. It's great to see you. And hello to you, my gorgeous peeps on, oh, there we are. Hello, we're back. Hello to you, my gorgeous peeps on Facebook. So good to be with you. We were hacked, but now we're back. And it's so good to be with you, my design lovers, yet again. I'm Donna Hoffman. They call me the Interior Design Advocate because I advocate on behalf of design lovers everywhere across the US and beyond. I advocate for you if you are a design lover working on your own home with wonderful online courses that help you to, and I'm getting a lot of hearts. It's so good to be back, to help you elevate your results in your home. Katie was just showing me an amazing after that one of our students, Jennifer, was it Jennifer Halbert? Mm-hmm. Jennifer Halbert, oh my gosh, rock star. I mean, we're going to have to do like a whole story on her. OMG, fantastic. And when I'm not coaching design lovers, I am also coaching designers to build the business of your dreams. Oh yes, Sari Jim Barbarunio. We got a lot going on here. In fact, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be launching something brand new for everybody to enjoy. Should I tell you? Should I tell you that my book is launching? Okay, I just told you. It is, and we're going to be celebrating with a great book launch party for all of our peeps who purchase the book by a certain period of time. We're going to do an online party, designing together. Going to be pretty cool. But before I go into that, let me just tell you, if you're brand new here, when I'm not coaching, I run a luxury interior design company in the Philadelphia region of the US. And we work on everything from renovation to whole home new build to single room, multi-room, that sort of thing. So we are in the trenches doing the work that we're teaching you to do, and whether we're teaching you shortcuts, hacks, cheats, etc. So every single Tuesday, unless we're hacked, we like to come out here 4 p.m. Eastern, and I stop what I'm doing at the studio. So does one of my designers, Katie. And we come out here to just talk to you about what's on your beautiful brain in design. And we pick a different topic and we accept questions on that topic as well. Well, I get so many questions about kitchen size, kitchen design. And I have to tell you, today's topic, 5 tips when you're designing or working with a smaller kitchen than you would like. We called it a small kitchen, but I'm going to say smaller kitchen than you would like because I want to tell you something. I do not know a woman around when I take them through a design process that doesn't at some point look at their kitchen and think, if only there were 7 more inches here, or 8 more inches there, or 6 more inches here. It's so normal. In fact, I'm working on a home with a very big kitchen, and one of the team members said to me, we're going to be pressed by a couple of inches in terms of where we can put the microwave. So everybody's, no matter what the size of your kitchen is, we seem to fill it. It's sort of the like the handbag philosophy. No matter how big your handbag, you always manage to fill the darn thing up. So there it is. Same thing with kitchens. So let's talk about your kitchen. There is no judgment when I say smaller kitchen. It's just you work with what you work with, right? So when I say small kitchen, I'm not saying it can't be a spectacular kitchen, a beautiful kitchen. Do not ever, ever fall into the trap of thinking that big means beautiful. It's tasteful, stunning, gorgeous, comes in all sizes and shapes. But if you're wishing for more space, here are some things that you can think about. So color is a very dynamic thing. And I teach about this in depth in my Decorating Genius course, 7 Simple Steps to Great Rooms. So I'm not going to do a whole color lesson, but here's the takeaway. Color actually has a dynamism to it. It moves towards you or it moves away from you. Either comes towards you and seems to take up space, or it moves away from you and seems to give up space. So darker colors tend to suck up more space, and they can make spaces, therefore, feel smaller. Lighter colors do the opposite. They actually give the illusion of moving away from you. So if you are pressed on space in your kitchen, I would be careful about where you're broadcasting darker, advancing color and where you're broadcasting lighter, receding color, so things seem to move away from you. In a smaller kitchen, you might want to think about doing lighter cabinets, particularly in your perimeter. You may not have an island, depending upon the size of your kitchen as well, of course. So lighter kitchen cabinets will be a good thing for you if you're trying to maximize the feeling of space, the sense of space, the perception of space in a smaller kitchen. Also, lighter wall color will help you there as well, just pushing those walls out, 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 out. If you say, well, gee, I want some depth in the kitchen, well, you can do a darker countertop, and certainly with accessories, you can start to splash some darker things around as well. So I would be careful about using color in a strategic way always in your life in design. God bless you if those are sneezes over there. But definitely in a kitchen where you're trying to maximize your sense of space, I would think about that. Another really interesting illusion in a small kitchen to make it feel bigger, glass cabinetry. Oh my gosh. But Donna, you say, I got a small kitchen. Where am I going to put everything? Well, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about doing some editing in a little bit. But the interesting thing about a little bit of glass cabinetry, just two glass cabinets somewhere in the kitchen, it increases the sense of lightness, of a lightening in the room, increases the sense of a little bit of shine and bounce. It increases almost a sense of window in the room. Now, the thing is with glass cabinets, you do have to think about how you're going to accessorize them. In fact, I'm working on accessorizing a kitchen right now, and I'm really thinking about where I want to move the eye and when I want to stop and let the eye rest. So I want you to think about that with any glass cabinetry that you put into a smaller kitchen. And then something else you can also think of if glass cabinetry is not as exciting to you. If you want, you can absolutely go the full Monty and go with a little bit of open shelving in a smaller kitchen. Oh, it can be such a good look and just opens things because you are removing this heavy upper cabinetry, so things just seem to open up. But there again, be careful in how you're going to accessorize those as well. And very often in a smaller kitchen, there's a little bit of space overhead in the cabinetry where your refrigerator is. So rather than putting just stuff up there, if you have an opportunity, if you're designing your kitchen from scratch right now, see if your cabinet group can do something with the cabinetry so there's a nice surround to that refrigerator, but leave some opening above, and maybe two really great, ginger jars can sit up there, or just something for a little bit of a break in the cabinetry. It can be a really good look, and again, space expanding. Something else that's definitely space expanding in a smaller kitchen, if you can, get those cabinets up to the ceiling. Really powerful way to give the illusion of lifting the ceiling, believe it or not, so it's space expanding. Also, you'll gain more storage space. Granted, hard to get to. That's why heaven invented, step stools. And then the other thing is, if you cannot get your cabinetry to the ceiling, you're saying, listen, I own this kitchen already. I'm not redoing it. Resist the impulse to decorate the top of your cabinetry. Just let it be. In a smaller kitchen, when you start putting things in density on top of your kitchen cabinets, it has the effect of actually dropping that ceiling, which is not what we want to do in a smaller kitchen. So think about that. Either get those cabinets to the ceiling if you're designing from scratch now, renovating, and if not, clear it off the top of those cabinets, okay? It can look too easily like clutter, and it can also it definitely lowers your ceiling. And then last but not least, you gotta be super organized in a smaller kitchen. Yes, how many colanders does a woman need? How many cutting boards does a person need? So be brutal in editing so that you really have what you're going to all the time. And if you say, well, gee, what do I do with my double boiler that I use once a year at Christmas when I'm making whatever? Well, maybe you don't want to store that in the kitchen. Maybe that's going to go in, in the closet of a spare bedroom, or in an attic, or in a basement if you have one of those, so that the kitchen proper is just functioning really with the things that you use with great frequency. And by editing what you're storing, you can get more things off of your kitchen counters. So maybe you don't have to have your air fryer on the kitchen counter if you only use it, once a month. Although I love mine. I use mine more than once a month. But you know what I'm saying? If you only use your blender every once in a blue moon doesn't need to stay out on the counter. So those are a couple of tips and cheats for you to do some space expanding. If you have a question about designing or designing or accessorizing your kitchen, be happy to take one of those while I'm here live. In terms of kitchen design questions, as long as I don't need a picture or a calculator to be able to answer you well, I'm happy to take your question while I'm here live. And while you're putting in those questions, I'll tell you what we're working on next week, Tuesday, 4 p.m. Okay, well, we're going to continue this smaller space idea, and we're going to be talking about how to use color in a smaller space. All right, how to use color in a smaller space to help really open up and expand that space. All righty, and that's 4 p.m. Next Tuesday, or this coming Tuesday, a week from today, Eastern. All right, so there it is. Let's see who's saying what, and if I have questions, I'm happy to take them live. Oh, that is just a dirty pair of glasses. Here we go. Use my masks that I'm not wearing for cleaning of the glasses. There it is. All right, so, alrighty. So, Sweet Beverly Antone is saying hello from Cape Cod. Hello to you, Beverly. She's saying she's excited about my new book. I am too. I can't wait for you guys to get this book. I have free gifts in this book for you. It's just like a gift that keeps on giving. I love this book to bits. Can't wait to share it with you. It's going to be launching in the middle of September, and if you're on my mailing list, you're going to be hearing about it like really like before launch. You're going to get some pre-launch opportunities as well. Alrighty, so then there we go. So then Jennifer McCann is saying hello from Louisiana. Needed a break from the aftermath of hurricane. Oh, Jennifer, how are you? You send us a follow-up comment. I want to know how you're doing. I've been worried about everybody in the path of that storm. We're going to be getting a ton of rain, but nothing like what the people who were hit by that storm got. My prayers have been with you guys. I've been sighing a lot, thinking about everybody down there. Let us know how you are. Judy is saying, I'm sorry I can't always jump on your live posts, but I eventually get to see the replay. You're always very thorough with your teaching, and I appreciate you. Judy Selman, I appreciate you too, so thank you so much. On Instagram, Rose Velest is saying, if you have a vaulted ceiling, this is going to be a good question, I could tell. If you have a vaulted ceiling in the kitchen, what do you recommend for the ceiling heights? What do you recommend if ceiling high cabinets aren't an option? Oh, such a good question. I would plan your cabinetry in a vaulted kitchen as if you're in a kitchen with 9-foot ceilings. You could even do it as if you're in a kitchen with 10-foot ceilings. But I'd go to at least as if they're 9-footers, and you will love the way that looks and feels. So Roosevelt Lesta, I hope I said that right. Let me know if you have a follow-up question. You can pop that in. Good question. Great question. And if you felt that you needed to accessorize the top of cabinetry in a vaulted kitchen, you could get away with that. I don't personally love the whole accessorized top of cabinetry, especially, it depends on what you're putting up there. Like when people put up fake plants and stuff, I just think it looks very commercial, not my preference. But if you can't, if you really love the idea of accessorizing the top of your cabinetry, that would be the place to do it, in a vaulted ceiling kitchen. Val Turney is saying, what is your favorite way to deal with kitchen cabinets that don't go to the ceiling? I just let them be, Val. I make everything fabulous around them. I'm not saying that it's not fabulous if they don't go to the ceiling. I just let them be. They're just a moment in the room. Why do I want to bring your eye to the top of your cabinetry? There are so many more beautiful things that I want to bring your eye to in your kitchen. Your windows, how about? How about a beautiful accessory setup on, I don't know, to the right of your cooktop or to the left of your cooktop? Not a lot of accessories, maybe a beautiful footed cake plate with a cloche top. I don't know. There are other things to direct the eye to, and probably your cooktop is one of those places as well. So there it is. Hopefully that is a helpful answer to you. Hi from Florida from Diane Roberts, and Maria Stern is saying hi from California. Hi peeps. Seema is in from Texas. Yay. And hey from Kentucky from Regina. Getting a lot of hellos. Okay. Michelle is saying hi from Nebraska. Nice to see you. My kitchen is not large, but I have 9-foot ceilings. I've thought about cabinets going to the ceiling or near the ceiling, but would it look silly with that kind of height, right? No. You could totally do that. If you have 9-foot ceilings, you could go to the ceiling if you wanted, or go just shy of that ceiling by a couple of inches. If you're in an 8-inch, 8 inch, if you're in an 8-foot ceilinged space, definitely get those to this to the top of that ceiling. But we work in large residences with 9-foot first story, and boy, is it beautiful taking those cabinets up high. So there it is. Jennifer is saying as a follow-up, she's doing well, no damage, thank goodness for a generator, but a lot of destruction further down in her neighborhood. Jennifer, I'm sending prayers and wishes to all of you. I was just so upset to see that. It's a stressful time. It definitely is. So just know I'm sending you guys a hug, Jennifer. I'm getting hello from Sydney, Australia, from Sharon Fowler. Hello out there in Australia. Good to have you. Dina is saying hello from Kingston, Tennessee. All right, we got a lot of hellos happening all over the place. So M Hall 614 is saying, do you recommend a rug under a kitchen table? Such a good question. That's such a matter of preference. If you have toddlers who like to do this, just drop things off the, off of their eating place, or, if you have a high chair that you're wheeling around, that's not going to be the most convenient for you to have a rug. If you are going to do a rug, I recommend you try to do it in an indoor-outdoor product. So it's really happy. If it gets wet or it gets schmutz on it, won't matter. I don't think you have to have a rug in a breakfast room, in a breakfast area under a kitchen table. You can. I think it's really a matter of preference. You just want to make sure that you have enough overhang so that that rug extends past that table far enough that the chairs can really pull out, ideally not less than 24 inches from around all of the edges of the table to the edge of your rug, and if possible, more than that. 30 inches is nice. And I've taught this before in my private groups, but if you want to know how to create a custom rug, the easiest thing to do is to just go to a rug store in your area, look at the wall-to-wall product, and talk to somebody about having it cut and bound to the size that you want, and ask them if they have any indoor-outdoor product that they could run for you in that way. Could be harder to find indoor-outdoor in that way in a retail setting. In my world, in the design world, I can more easily find that. Okie dokie. And then, okay, so I've answered these. That was a really good, all of these questions are so good. Somebody's asking, should I add a decorative item to my bar top? Yeah, definitely. Transitions Home Staging is saying, what kitchen colors are currently trending? Well, I got to tell you, the white kitchen, it is still holding its own. It is definitely not going away anytime soon, although people are trying to reinvent it. So they're combining the white kitchen perimeter cabinets with something stained on an island, or something painted on an island, like a painted blue cabinet, or stained like an ebony or something. Depends also on what part of the country you're in. So in Texas and California, yeah, you'll see the white kitchen, but you'll also see a lot of really beautiful, white oak kitchens. So again, things are lighter. And almost that soft, like kind of yellow, not painted, but a really light oak, or a light maple in a very, very pale yellowy kind of stain, like a kind of cross between like a driftwood and the old kind of oaky color that everybody was seeing when everybody was doing butterscotch. This is really a reduced version of that. So you'll see that in combination with the white kitchen. What we're not seeing two process color cabinets, meaning there's a color applied and then there's a glaze, so you get the hang up. Really not seeing much of that, and have not been for several years. The white kitchen cabinet is getting a little warmer than just a stark white. But I still think that's a safe bet if you're concerned, if you're staging, if you're selling your home within the next 7 years. I think white kitchen would be the way I would go, to make sure that it's going to be, have a good trend life. Alrighty, and it depends really on who you read. If you read the blogger Maria Killam, she believes every person should have a white kitchen, and it is the kitchen that will be in style forever. I don't think everything will be in style forever. I don't think the Tuscan trend, if everybody thought the Tuscan trend was going to be forever, or the French provincial trend, it's very hard to do a forever. All right, so hopefully that answered you there. All right, so let's see now. Steph is saying, I have 10-foot ceiling. Should I go, should I go with cabinets that go all the way up to the ceiling or just add smaller cabinets above with glass doors? Yes, thank you for bringing that up. So when I say bring your cabinets to the ceiling, I don't mean that you're going to be crawling up there to get your Christmas dishes down once a year. Exactly what Steph is talking about. I'm sorry, I should have been more specific. When you are in a super tall area, 9-foot ceilings, 10-foot ceilings, doing, some people call them clear story, where there's a glass door running all across the top. You can accessorize it, you can leave it empty. I'm doing that in a room now that has a 10-foot ceiling kitchen, and we are not going to be accessorizing what's up there. Those glass clear stories. Now, I got to tell you, there is so much interesting innovation happening in cabinetry. I'm going to be redesigning my office. Shoemaker's children go without shoes, right? If my cabinet maker and I can never find the time, but there is one of the flourishes I want to do is something that's trending interestingly, and it's picture instead of a glass inset on a cabinet door, it's a wire mesh. And you can do that wire mesh inset with glass behind it for a little bit of bounce, mirror behind it, antique mirror behind it, or just the mesh. Because I need to record and talk to you guys as well as do Zoom meetings, with my clients, and you'll see my cabinetry behind me once this is all redone, and I'll be moving to a new space. I need to worry about reflectivity, and if I didn't, I would probably put it I'd probably do mirror behind it, a little bling, but I won't be able to do that because the camera will not like all that shine. So anyway, Steph, did I answer you well? Because you're a genius for asking that great question and getting me to be more specific. So in those super high ceilings, 10-foot ceilings and 9-foot ceilings, you can just do cabinetry to the ceiling, but the upper cabinetry is really a decorative element, and you put glass doors all the way across, or you put an interesting mullion pattern all the way across, square cabinets all the way at the top, really cool, or an interesting inset mesh, a lot of good stuff out there. You guys are so good. I love your questions. Final 2 questions coming from Katie, the timekeeper. All righty. Eileen is saying, I added small glass cabinets above my sink. Does everything you say, you did everything I said? Your cabinets go to the ceiling? Eileen, I can't really tell what you're saying, so I hope it worked out. That's good. All righty. Bunny is saying, hi, Donna. My daughter's kitchen is small and beautiful and done tastefully, but I'm always uncomfortable in there because it's so loud and echoey. Any ideas other than window treatments? She has added curtains to a very small window to soften the sound. Well, Bunny, in that case, I probably would look to do upholstered dining chairs in an indoor-outdoor fabric. Get that fabric in there to start sucking up some noise. And I would possibly consider doing a rug under the table in that case to just try to get a little more sound dampening happening in there. Those are 2 of the best suggestions I would have for you with that. And you're not the first person to have asked me that question. The noise issue can be, there's a lot of bounce in a kitchen. You've got all that tile, all that cabinetry, all those hard surfaces. So that definitely can be an issue. So I think I got all of the, nope. Here's another question from she who shall remain nameless. I don't know what this is. I have a client who wants her living, dining, and kitchen to be clearly defined. Should the kitchen floor be different than the rest of the floor? I wouldn't do it. I love clients to bits, but sometimes a client will ask for something that on paper sounds great, but in reality is not going to look aesthetically the way they're hoping that it will. You can clearly define spaces with a change in a wall color just in the kitchen. You can clearly define a space by area rugs ending in some, the zones that you're going to create in that living room and dining room. I would try to talk to the client about the benefit of having a continuity in that floor. It's going to really maximize her sense of square footage, which everybody is paying for, either in the mortgage you already paid off or the rent check you're writing out right now. So I would totally opt if your client is up for it to just do a single flooring throughout. And if it will help, you can tell them, the highest end of design, people do contiguous flooring on the first floor of the residence in those key spaces. We might change it in a playroom or whatever, but I would absolutely try to tell her she'll get a more high-end look and feeling if she sticks with a contiguous floor, and that you can do enough with color within the kitchen as well as things you're going to be appointing in the adjoining spaces that'll be very clear that these are delineated spaces. So hopefully that helps you. All right, my lovelies, I see more questions coming in, but we are out of time. We need to get on with things here at our design studio. It's a work day for us, but I am so happy to be back here with you. If you want more help, more support, I hope you'll check out my online course, Decorating Genius, 7 Simple Steps to Great Rooms. I believe we put a link for it for you in the description on Facebook, and you can find the link in bio, or go to my website, theinteriordesignadvocate.com, and go to the Learn Online Design with Me or Learn Design Online with Me tab. And if you like what you see, head over to my blog, because we have decided to keep that coupon up there, that 20% off coupon, because we are, whoopsie daisy, because of
your sound is off on Instagram now?
my sound is off on Instagram.
Yes, is it what? People are saying your sound is off.
Uh-oh, I can't help it. Sorry. I'm
It's the
sorry.
connection.
Maybe it's the connection. I don't know. Anyway, use that coupon because we're keeping it live through COVID. COVID is a pain in the butt. I don't care what part of the country you're in. It's a bummer. It's a pain in the rear end. So we are keeping that coupon live. All right, lovelies. Looks like we're having a tech problem here on Insta. Sorry about that. Love you guys. So good to be back with you. I will see you on Tuesday next week, 4 p.m. Bye-bye, everybody. Hi, this is Donna. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and comment below so I know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the Interior Design Advocates channel so you don't miss any of our great content.